Okay, so this video is pretty late. I probably should have made this a lot sooner, but I was mostly making this to prove to myself that I can make a cohesive and clear video. So yeah, here it is. Super Earth, yeah. Defending Super Earth efficiently. There's some basic information you need to know. Eagles can be blocked by buildings. For those of you that don't know, Eagle 1 usually comes in from behind you, but with all these buildings, she tries to change the angle that she comes in from so that she can properly deploy her payload. If you throw a strafing run at an obstructed angle, Eagle 1 will change her approach, missing the attack. For each player, a super destroyer will spawn in a quadrant of the map. They spawn near the cardinal directions. You can see that my ship is sitting towards the east here. Orbitals have something similar to Eagles with buildings, though the ship repositions itself well before firing. If you have the time, look up towards the sky and see where your ship is currently positioned. That should be able to help you gauge whether or not you can immediately fire your payload upon the enemy, or if you're going to have to wait for your ship to move around a bit. Next talking point, we got SEAF. SEAF can be found fighting the enemy all throughout the city, including near encampments, which they will try to destroy. You can get them to follow you by opening your quick chat menu and saying, "Follow me." You can get them to stop moving by opening your quick chat menu and saying, "Hold position" or "Wait." If you're feeling especially democratic, you can get them to follow you by using your lockstep or by using your salute emotes. You'll know that they're going to start following you because they will salute you back and probably say something. If you're playing on a high enough difficulty, you'll see that every mission you do has encampments, a LiDAR station, a cognitive disruptor, and a purge Illuminate objective. For all of the side objectives, that is it. But for the main and sub objectives, that's a different story. For the raise the flag objective, there's only one flag. There's also a monolith. I would recommend bringing turrets and a support weapon or backpack. And of course you can bring your main loadout of choice, whatever you find comfortable. For the democratic among you, make sure you use your lockstep and salute emotes to speed up the process of the flag raising. Not because we want to be done with this mission sooner, but because we want to spread democracy as efficiently as possible. On to the next mission. As for the repel invaders mission type, enemies are trying to constantly land and take influence over the area, and as you destroy their ships, you slowly regain influence. You can bring your stratagems of choice because really everything needs to be addressed. I think destruction stratagems are the best. Things like your laser, 500 kilogram bomb, airstrike, ops, gas strike, and all those other stratagems that are capable of destroying ships. Those are the best in my opinion. You can also bring turrets. I frequently find myself doing that whenever I'm bored of using the destruction stratagems. They are able to clear out a lot of the enemies when they spawn, because they will be spawning in like crazy. Not just from the landed warp ships, but from the ones that are also dropping them as well. A lot of enemies, believe me when I say that. As for your personal loadout, I'd recommend that you bring the Eruptor, Ultimatum, and or Thermites. The Eruptor is capable of one-shotting the shields on the warp ships, landed warp ships. It doesn't always, and I've found that it most frequently two-shots them, especially if you use the technique that I'm going to be describing. It can rather consistently destroy those shields quickly and then be used to finish off the dropships from a safe distance. When you look at the dropships, you'll notice that there's a little edge jutting out on one side. You need to aim for the angles of that edge. So look to maximize your flak coverage, and that's really what destroys the shield, all the flak. Look to maximize your flak coverage on that little angle, and that will allow you to destroy their shields in 1 to 2 shots consistently. There is a weird bug that has to do with the landed dropships. Sometimes your weapons in general deal less damage to the shields. I've noticed that for weapons that are really potent at destroying these dropships, like the Thermite Ultimatum, for example, which can one-shot them, sometimes you'll just go to shoot and it won't destroy the dropship, and you won't know why. It's because of that bug. I don't really know what's causing it and why it's doing what it's doing, but sometimes you'll just find that your ultimatum does not work, your thermite does not work. You might find that you've dumped an entire magazine of your stalwart into the shield and it hasn't broken, or it just barely broke. It's because of that. The way you get around it is just by putting more damage into the shield. Throw a second thermite, shoot it some more with your eruptor, shoot it again with your ultimatum, as painful as that is. Mag dump it with your machine gun, keep blasting it with whatever primary you have, just keep on going. Next mission. This mission type is pretty simple. You want to find codes, similar to how you find the codes for the ICBM mission type. The codes are inside of little bunkers, kind of like those double door bunkers that you can find, but they only have a single button so that one person can get them. After you get both codes, you need to get to arm, aim, and fire the big freaking gun. There are a few mechanics to note in this mission. The first is, like some of you may have already noticed, these doors are similar to the double door doors. You can walk up to them in first person and dive into them to see inside of them. This will let you see which door has the codes first. The second is that you don't need to use the cannon to overwhelm the shields on the overship. You can actually attack it with any weapon. You're going to see that I'm using the HMG here to take it down, and it takes it down pretty quickly. You could do that while somebody else is arming and aiming the cannon. The third is that the overship has weak points. It's those weird glowing blue vents that you see up there. If you blast those while the shield is active, it will take increased damage and destroy the shield faster. And if you blast it when the shield is inactive, you will immediately kill it. The democratically inclined among you may have already tried this. You can turn the orbital cannon and try shooting it at Leviathans, and it can destroy them. However, it is a little inefficient. It doesn't one-shot them, I believe it three-shots them. And it is very hard to aim it at the Leviathans since they don't always travel in a predictable route or show themselves when you want them to. You hit him. He's dead.
Nice.
That's all for this mission. On to the next one. There's nothing special about this mission. It's the same mission as the other evacuates, so yeah. There's also not too much special about this mission. It's the same thing as the other high value assets of evacuation. There is one thing you need to note though. You have flying enemies like the Interloper or Stingray and the Leviathan. There, now it's dead.
Nice.
Objective. He landed on the freaking generator.
Stingray! Yeah. Second one.
-3, -3, -3.
Oh, you sneaky fuck. They've crashed into it.
Yeah, don't be like me. Only thing left to discuss now are the enemies, so let's get on to that. Fleshmobs, shambling horrors that unfortunately are not beyond my comprehension. They can be defeated by nearly any weapon, but of course, some are better at defeating them than others. These are the weapons that I consider ideal for dealing with the Fleshmob. The autocannon in flak mode can kill the Fleshmob in as little as 4 shots, though here I shoot 5 because democracy. Sustained fire from a stalwart can kill them in half a magazine. Other machine guns, like the MG43 and the HMG, are also capable of shredding flesh mobs. The airburst rocket is capable of one-shotting multiple flesh mobs, though here I only shoot one. The wasp can kill them in 4 direct missiles. Some grenades are also potent against these flesh mobs. The gas grenade, for example, is capable of CCing the flesh mob, confusing it so that it can attack you. Thermites stick to the flesh mob and nearly burn all of its HP away, making it easy to defeat with any of your other weapons. I don't have a clip of it here, and I think I've only tried this once successfully, but if you use the new incendiary nades, they may also be pretty decent against the flesh mobs, assuming that they stand still and let it destroy them. As for the interlopers, anything with medium pen will work against them, since they have medium armor. They seem to have a very low HP pool, like they're made of paper mache, so they can be taken out by a lot of seemingly low caliber and low powered weapons and weaponry. But those kinds of weapons and weaponry will normally require the interloper to pass over twice, with you giving it all of your attention. Weapons that deal a lot of upfront damage with medium pen are the best ones against the interloper here. So the autocannon in either mode, but flak is the easiest. The airburst rocket, the wasp launcher or spear, both of which have the benefit of tracking the interloper through the air. The recoilless if you are a sure shot. And my personal favorite, the eagle strafing run. Yeah. Onto the final enemy, the Leviathan. The first thing that you should note is that these suckers are actually a modifier. They are not a normally occurring enemy. The second thing is that they're clad in tank level armor, so you're going to need to bring anti-tank to take them down. And the third thing is that they have destructible points, but seemingly no weak points. 2 parts on their body are destructible, or 2 types of parts. Their wings and those weird little circles on the bottom of their bellies. Destroying its wings removes its weaponry and allows you to shoot the inside of the Leviathan with heavy penetrating weapons instead of anti-tank. I'm unsure of what destroying little circles does. It's possible that you could start firing into the circles with anti-tank, though I haven't tested that. And I've destroyed all 3 of the circles below the Leviathan before, but I never got to see if it actually died from the circle, or if it died from just being blasted away with anti-tank, since it always seemed to happen at the same time, so I could never tell you. You can use any sort of anti-tank weapon to take them down. You saw in that clip I was using a commando. You can use the spear and the recoilless with decent or great success. Of course, the anti-tank emplacement is also very good for taking them down as well. If you want to make it really personal, you could do a little something with some servo assisted and a resupply pack and a thermite. But of course, only crazy people would do that. And if any of you were wondering, it takes 5 thermites to take one of them out, by the way. Leviathans can also be strafing runned, but you need to throw it towards their tail, which requires you to get underneath them, probably even if you had servo assisted on. And of course, as with the thermites, only a crazy person would do that. And well, that's about it from all the information that I've gathered so far. I do wish I got this video out a little bit sooner. I wish I started making it sooner, but I didn't really have the idea until a few days ago, so yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll probably make some more videos in the future on different topics of the game, like how different parts of it work, sentries, mission objectives, just things that I see that players either don't fully understand or are kind of convoluted up front. So yeah. I also stream and make short content, though it's not uploaded here on this channel. I have a Twitch, twitch.tv/aodubs, and I also stream on YouTube under Servo Media Group Inc. That's also where I upload my short clips, so if you guys want to see that, go check those out. I'll be live this afternoon, like right after this video gets uploaded, and then I'll be live almost every day except for, well, this week, because I'm going to be flying out for a little bit, but I'll be back in 3 days. So yeah, if you guys want to hang out, come say hi. I'll be live on both of those platforms, And I hope to see some of you guys there. Thank you for watching. And you guys have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.